Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanyos here. Welcome to episode number 7 of this NHL 20 Canadian Cup Challenge with the Halifax Highlanders. Just before we jump into this video, if you guys are new to the channel and haven't yet, please go down below into this corner right here. Consider subscribing if you have not already. But anyways, let's jump into the video. So if you guys missed last episode, go up into the top corner right above here and click on that card. It will send you to a playlist of the entire series so you can catch up on whatever you missed. Also, if you guys notice here, my arm is kind of bandaged up right now. If you're wondering, I'm sure you aren't, but my dog decked me while I was running down a hill. So yeah, that's what the bandage here is for. So don't mind that at all. Anyways, let's jump into the video. So last episode, we won the Stanley Cup, completed, in my opinion, the perfect season. And, well, it's time to get into some comments here because this is really going to be the only way that we can direct this series now. So, forgive the glare on my face. That's just how bright my monitor is. I could probably adjust that, actually. Anyways, let's get into some comments. So, starting off here, Jared Sorhando says, the perfect season, quote unquote. Yes, it was. It was absolutely fantastic. Benjamin Lepayarvi says, I'm surprised how well you pronounced my name. Yep, it took me a couple tries, but, you know, I'm glad I got it. And let's see. I'm going to save some comments here just to save them for directing the video here. But anyways, Limebot commented, great season for sure. Keep up the legendary videos. Thank you so much. I don't know why. Jared Sorhando said, do you like orange, quote-unquote, Edmonton Oilers? Yes, I do. And then Amay D said, do you love the Oilers because you live in Alberta or do you just love the Oilers, love them for McJesus or any other person? Guys, I was born in BC, but all of my family, my parents, all my relatives are from, live in, or are around Edmonton. So yeah, I think it's safe to say I've been an Oilers fan through the good and the bad. Unfortunately, the majority of my memory is the decade of darkness of Edmonton hockey, but yes, I am a diehard Oilers fan. If you guys can kind of see the McDavid jersey up in the back corner behind me there, that is, yeah, McDavid's my favorite player, and that's not just because he is one of the, if not the best player in the NHL. It's because I am a diehard Edmonton Oilers fan. Anyways, Skier Bigfoot said he really did it. Keep up the great work. Also, it is Skier. You got it right. So thank you. I'm glad about that. Also, we are going to continue the scouting through this video a bit because there were a couple comments that definitely did affect that. So coming up here, we have Nikita Nazarov. Honestly, guys, he's in my channel recommended section because I think he makes great hockey videos. Even if they're not NHL 20 related, he still makes great hockey content. So go check out his channel. I will leave a link below in the description. But he said great explanation of how to draft steals and get the best scouting reports, but you need to do one thing in the settings. You need to turn off or only make the CPU scouting do pros because the work you did and put in the first 25 minutes of this video kind of went to waste since the computer was still adjusting the scouting preferences. Little heads up. Keep up the great content. Thank you, Nikita. And guys, go check out his channel if you haven't already. He's a little bit smaller channel than I am, but honestly, great content there. You guys should definitely go check him out if you love anything hockey related. He also had a couple others which were pretty funny. He said, yes, Ottawa did take Ponomarev over Stützle, which, yeah, that still blows my mind. I can't believe they did that. And Edmonton ends up getting Tim Stützle a high elite instead. Comment of the day, Nikita Nazarov said, what are you doing? Do you really think you can skate with this guy? Kuka, whatever your name is. It was Slater Cuckoo. That's his name. But, no, this is... This one comment there before about changing the settings, guys, this is one of the biggest tips that you're going to need to know if you haven't done this already is when you go to your scouting preferences in the settings here, you will see it right, where is it? Right here, auto scouting. This setting, guys, you have to set to either none or to pro scouting only, because if you set it to amateur scouting only or both, it says it right there on the screen in front of me. But you essentially won't get to choose what you're scouting. So make sure it's either on none or pro scouting only. I'm going to do pro scouting only because we do kind of need to know what's going on still. But yes, thank you very much, Nikita, for that. And honestly, it's just helping make my content, my videos even better with your knowledge. So thank you. Moving on to our next comment, Brandon Ladner said, how did you get Connor Bedard? Does he automatically appear in the sim for the 2023 season in franchise mode? No, guys, I made Connor Bedard as a prospect because I know that he is going to be eligible for the 2023 draft, but what I did was I bumped his age way back, so he was like a December birthday or something like that, so he would go into the 2023 draft instead of 2022. So that's how I got him in there. Linebot said put Byfield on the first line, and I said I'd love to, but he doesn't fit. He is like the perfect second line center for our team, and obviously we have Lafreniere playing there on the first line. So that is going to just about wrap it up for comments. Forgive the lawnmower in the background. Somebody is mowing the lawn outside. And then finally, this is the comment that is going to direct the majority of this video. And it was Duke Storm saying, in my opinion, you should trade Brennan Othmann to try and get the #1 pick. We'll see what happens here, man, because, yes, I would like to get a better fitting top 6 forward that has some good potential. The only problem with Aiden Woolley is I don't think he's a great fit for our team. Like, you look at his scheme fit here. He's a dump, balance, block on an overload system. And again, he's a power forward, so that's not great. But if we go dump, balance, block, and then overload, and you look at our coaching staff here, that's going to probably not fit very well unless he's playing on the top line, I would assume. Oh, no, not even. Dump, balance, block, and yeah, overload. See, so that's not great. The best place that he would fit is probably on the third line. So what we're really looking for is all balance with behind the net, preferably. Yeah, I don't see how that would work out so well. It would be hard to find a prospect or a player that fits perfectly for that. So we'll look for that. I don't know if we're going to be able to trade Othmann because obviously, yes, we're going to have some crazy-ass growth here with this team because of how good the season was for us, how good it just turned out to be. But we are going to be making a couple moves here. Obviously, Bedard's probably going to jump from about an 83 up to an 86 or 87 after the season he just had, winning the Conn Smythe as well as the Calder and scoring 56 goals or whatever. Othmann, see, high top 6, he doesn't have as much value, but I do think that we could possibly make a move there still. It's just more a matter of who are we going to fit in behind on that second line, because obviously I want to keep Bedard, Lafreniere, and Barker together, as that is just an absolutely sick line. But anyways, let's start simming ahead to the draft here. The only other thing I'm going to do first is go and view some contracts and just, keep up on the guys that are potentially expiring here. Looks like we're doing pretty good. Only Rodriguez and Addison are expiring right now for our team. We don't have a lot of cap space dollars, unfortunately, to offer, but honestly, we're in pretty damn good shape. Yes, Eric Comrie's not the greatest contract there at $4.5 million, but really, if we have to, we can trade him to create some more space in our team. But really, I don't think we need to right now. I think what we should do is just go out, try to sign these 2 guys here that are expiring. I don't think we have... Yeah, we have Lawson Crouse as well. Crouse, yeah, see, he wants $900K, which is totally good with me. We'll offer him that. Kalen Addison wants $2.9 million. Okay, so instead of 2.9, guys, this is the rule of 85. You got to use this as much as you possibly can. So just times anything by 0.85 on your calculator, and they're saying we can pay him $2.52 million. So it would actually have to be a little bit more than that because 2.528. But if we can get him on that, I will take that deal for sure. And then Rodriguez wants a $1 million extension. I'll take that again because these guys all fit our system, and it's totally worth doing. So let's see what's going to happen here with the draft lottery. I don't believe we have any picks at the moment. Obviously, I have a lot of guys scouted and pinned, but yeah, we only have a 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th round picks this year. So yeah, probably not going to be making too many huge deals here as the draft kicks off. We're more just going to be sitting back with our team, maybe looking to move Othmann, but overall our team is sitting pretty right now. So Rodriguez does sign, beautiful. Krause renews, Addison renews. The rule of 85 works, guys. You got to use that. Anyways, here's the lottery as, wow, San Jose jumps from 3-1. Boston stays at 2 with Washington's pick. So Boston's honestly already starting their rebuild, even though we knocked them out first round of the playoffs, thanks to Washington. Los Angeles moves from 3-1, so they lose out on, I can't even remember who it would be, Woolley maybe. St. Louis there stays at 4. Winnipeg stays at 5 via Vancouver's pick, and then they also have the 8th overall pick. So interesting draft there, draft lottery there. So I don't think we're really going to be going for, I mean, yes, Woolley is definitely a point scorer. Like, there's no question about that. 121 points. He kind of reminds me, that style of player kind of reminds me of, what's his name? Of Leon Draisaitl, just with the size and the sheer scoring. Like, yeah, I can see that. But no, we're going to just, look through the prospects quickly here. See, this Yoshida guy we can't look at, but Brebois we might try to trade up for. There's a couple guys where it's like, yeah, they could be good, but I just really don't know, and I don't want to risk a whole bunch of stuff. Obviously, Brebois, or Brebois, I think it's Brebois, I would like to go for. Besides that, I could really care less about a lot of these prospects, and I'd rather not risk a whole bunch of players and our prospects that we currently own to go out and get these guys. Like, yeah, Murray Weeks and Dean Webster might be good picks to go for. But besides that, not much we can really do here. Gamache's 3 years out. Yeah, all those guys are 3 years out, so not really worth my time. And, yeah, we're definitely not getting Emilio Wang, even though he looks like a nice defenseman. And Ryan Campbell, same thing. Like, I just don't see us getting a lot of these guys as we don't possess a lot of picks. We'll probably get Malik Beta, as he looks nice. Ezra Meach is a possibility too, but that's probably all we're doing here. For retired players, let's check this out. As all right, Malkin retires. That's a pretty big name. Okay. 1,300 points. That's crazy, man. He's definitely an all-time great in my opinion. Even though, yeah, he probably wasn't playing so well in his last couple seasons. Like, come on, man. He put up 120 points in 2019-20. Like, that's just crazy. Jason Spezza breaks 1,000 points. Brad Marchand almost does. Lots of high-scoring players in here. Shea Weber, Brett Burns, 2 big-name defensemen. Alex Edler also retires. He's in Edmonton, out of all places now. And then for goalies, Corey Crawford, Varlamov, Jimmy Howard, and Thomas Greiss, Cam Talbot, and Anton Khudobin all call it quits for notable goalies. So, yeah, nice retiree class. Nothing crazy there, but Stastny becomes a coach. And do we lose anybody? Doesn't look like it. Beautiful. Okay. So, I'm not doing, you guys know how much I hate draft interviews. I just find them useless. But we have a lot of centers. That's what I'm seeing right now on our team. Quentin Byfield's 93 rated. Dear goodness. That is insane. And he's probably going to jump to a franchise player here pretty soon if we do things right. Brant Clark's looking sick. I'm really hoping that we can potentially bring in Carson Lambos next season here. That's going to be a little difficult to do. Brennan Othman's up to an 85. See, guys, that's why I want to keep him, is because he's going to be damn good still. I didn't actually see, where is Bedard? He's an 88 now, and he hits a franchise potential. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. He had one good season and just went, pew, franchise. That's sick. But we're going to have to pay him, which is the problem. So, wow. That means we could potentially have a full line of franchise players here, and the majority of that's through growth. The only guy that was actually a franchise player when we drafted him is Alexi Lafreniere, obviously. Looks like McCallum might make it here. He had how many points? Oh my goodness, 119 points. That's a pretty sick season, man. Landon McCallum will definitely be in our team this upcoming season. I'm thinking Mercier might make it. He had a good season as a defenseman. 55 points is pretty sick. And what about Plus here? He had, okay, 69 points is pretty solid again. I don't know. Like, we have options. Like, the depth players we could probably save some cap space on depth players, to be completely honest, especially $6 million on Stahl. But yeah, I don't know if I want to trade anybody. I think we might just stick with our picks, maybe trade a depth player for some late round, like seconds and thirds and stuff like that to pick up some players. But really, this team is so set right now for the future that we don't need to make moves. We literally just don't. We have contracts in place. We have good players set up to help this team win for the future. And I mean, we're already winners, right? Like, this team just had a fantastic year. So we are going to get into the draft here. I'm going to have to kind of plan out my picks a little bit, as we have much later picks than previous years, but that's all right. That's totally good with me. And I don't see that as a problem, really. You guys might say, like, oh, you should go with, sorry, I forgot buddy's name here. Duke Storm. You should go with Duke Storm's comment and trade for the top player. Yeah, but the only problem is he's not going to fit any better than Othman already does. And the other problem with that is, since he's a power forward, he's actually going to fit even worse than Othman, because Othman's a sniper. And for those of you guys who don't know, the best way to get +5 chemistry is to have 3 players that fit your system, and then the player types to be a power forward, playmaker, and sniper. If you have that combination, it's going to work nicely. If you have a 2-way forward or a grinder, or anything like that mixed in, or you have 2 of one type, it's not going to be +5. So that's what we're trying to stick with, is a +5 chemistry preferably. But it's hard to build. It's not the easiest thing to do in this game, and really, we are just going to look into preferably later round picks here. We don't have too many of them, but yeah, there's a couple decent prospects in here that we'll look to potentially snag. Okay, guys, so I'm actually down looking in the system right now, and it's like, besides the top 2 lines that we have in play already, we have enough pieces for the future that our team isn't going to even have to draft well for us to have success anymore. Like, we have Lambos. He's going to come in the next year or two, be an awesome top 4 defenseman to go alongside Bowen Byram. Honestly, I get the feeling Kenneth Harrison might actually be the guy that gets bounced out of our defense. I mean, Jake Bean wasn't in my long-term plans either, because he's a little bit older than, our main core, but I don't know what's going to happen with that either. We're more just waiting on these guys to grow. Kyle Kernkovic, Landon McCallum, Raphael Plus, Ryder Korzak, Dylan Gunther, and Alexandre Bouchard will probably make up our bottom 6. And then we have Daly and Chapman, who we can sub in there too. And then obviously we also have Mercier and Mallet, who can jump in and play in our bottom 6 for the defense as well. Our team's set. Like, yes, we'll probably keep paying Comrie for a year here before contracts start to, run out and players are asking for more money. But in the future, we've got Tristan Lennox as a backup as well. Our team is set, man. I don't even have to trade anybody here, and our team's going to be good. I mean, I want to, just to acquire 1 or 2 pieces that I find intriguing in this draft, but, nothing's guaranteed besides the fact that our team's already set up for the future, and I'm probably better off not even trading anybody. All right, guys, so let's get into this draft. I'm going to try to line up my picks a bit and try to land a couple decent prospects, maybe not first rounders, but, players in the mid-second round, kind of around that area. And honestly, not that many teams even want to move their picks anyways, so we're doing just fine. Anyways. All right, so Aiden Woolley is an 82 overall medium elite power forward. Yes, he's a good player and all, but I don't think he was really worth trying to make a deal with Brennan Othman, because we would have had to throw in extra pieces and it would have become pretty difficult. All right, Zanata is a 79 rated medium elite playmaking center who goes to Boston with the 2nd overall pick, so that's good for their future for sure. All right, guys, so I do have my picks laid out here for what picks I want to grab. I just need to kind of check and see who's got a couple later second round picks, sorry. And if we can, by any chance, grab picks off of teams here, that would be good. So looks like, yeah, I've got 3 potential picks I could try and go for here in the second round. It doesn't look like a lot of teams have more than one second round pick. Jeez. Oh yeah, they do. Never mind. Okay, so we could go for Washington. Okay, so looks like the Capitals want to trade their picks, so we might overpay a wee bit here for the prospects we're actually looking for. Where are the Capitals? There we go. Okay. So they want to trade picks because their team is in win now mode. So let's see. Okay, so Kempinen, I don't know how to say it, but anyways, UC Kempinen, I'm just going to say Kempinen, goes to the LA Kings there with the 3rd overall pick. Okay, let's try this again here with the Capitals. We're not going to try to overpay too much for this deal or anything like that, but they've got a couple picks here I'm interested in. Okay, so I'm going to try to grab these 3 picks off the Capitals, pick 51, 83, and 98. We just really don't need them, and I can give up these 2 middle picks to get this deal done, and then honestly, if I could just go 2 third-rounders as well, I would be really happy with that. I think that's going to go through, to be honest, just because of the third-rounders, and let's see. So trade rejected, not enough value, unfortunately. So let's go with the 2025 third-rounder mixed with a low-end skating prospect. So maybe that's not great because there aren't a lot of low-end guys that I don't want to trade. Shoot. How about a guy like Fontaine, maybe? Yeah, we could go with Fontaine, I think, or maybe Chapman, but I want to go with Fontaine. Let's see if Fontaine gets the deal done, and no, he does not. Okay. Shoot. What do we have for goalie prospects? Not much. Fontaine and Chapman. I'm okay with Fontaine and Chapman. That's not bad. So I think that will get the deal done as it's 2 prospects, and there you go. Okay. Nice. All right, so I am looking for 2 more picks that are pretty close at the end of round 2. So Colorado, okay, how about... Okay, St. Louis is going to make their pick here, and they are going to take Naslund, who's a defensive defenseman. I get the feeling that other defenseman, the Canadian one, is going to actually be better for Winnipeg than what St. Louis just pulled. Okay, so I'm going to try to pick up Dallas's pick here, which is at 52. And that's going to cost me what? Probably like a 3rd plus... Again, if we can go a 3rd plus like a lower end skater, I would be totally okay with that. A guy like... See, Perlini or Duclair I could move. They're not the best contracts, to be honest, so... Who fits the 3rd line better? Definitely Duclair. Okay, so let's go with Perlini. Try to trade him. And, okay, or not, because they just didn't want me to click that. Okay, let's try this again. Where's Perlini? There we go. Okay. If we can go Perlini plus a 3rd... Actually, that's overpaying. We can go Perlini plus like a 4th or 5th. That would be awesome. I don't think that's going to go through quite, but it might. Perlini in a 5th. I think that will go through. And it does. Beautiful. All right. And then finally, yes, the morale does go down. It's all right. Our team will just get it back up in a little bit. And then I can go with, I believe, I'm going to go with Boston's pick just to be safe because they want to trade it again. And, trading some lower end guys is not a big deal to me, simply based on the fact that we do need to clear a wee bit of cap space just to make this team better for the future. So if I could go with Cope, I know he's a decent prospect, but if I could go with Holden Cope alongside, like a 5th rounder, 6th rounder, something like that, I'd be okay with that. Honestly, just Holden Cope for this pick should go through, and it does. So who knows if we're going to get a better prospect here. I'm hoping we do, but who knows. Okay, so this Winnipeg pick is... Wow, they did not pick the defenseman, so Montreal gets an elite defender. No, they don't. What about New Jersey? Come on, there's a Canadian defender on the board. Yeah, Gaudreau falls to pick 7, but is actually a better or just as good a prospect as Naslund was. So, yikes, 2 Canadian clubs miss on a great Canadian defenseman. All right, so we're going to sim to our pick at number 51, and I'm just going to hope that, nobody takes any of the prospects I was really looking at. Looking back here, nobody great to start off the second round. For the remainder of the first round, Pressburg was a nice pick. Wang was a guy we looked at. He was a decent defenseman at 64 overall. A lot of just strong, solid prospects here overall in this round. And, the last kind of 5 or 6 picks in the first round usually fall off. But right up to pick 24, those are all good, solid, can't-miss prospects. So the guy we are going to take is, a little risky here. They're saying, take Lydecker. No, we're going to take this guy instead. Todd Hartman, a right-wing power forward. We don't know if he's elite or what, but we will find out pretty quickly here, I guess, as, you could argue Schofield might be a better pick and a better fit for our team, to be honest, but, that's Sundin, sorry. But no, I'm going to go with Todd Hartman. We're going to see how he turns out. And he is a 62 rated low top 9 or medium top 9 forward. So not great, but not terrible. All right, so we do actually have back-to-back picks here because of the trades we made. So, I could go with Lydecker. I could go with Schofield. Honestly, all those guys seem kind of intriguing, but obviously we're going to go with the best option available here in Pascal Brebois. And, 19-year-old goalie, I'm hoping he turns out to be pretty awesome. And he is medium elite, 60 overall. That is your backup for Carter Hart for the future. Pascal Brebois put up, almost half of his games this year in the queue, and 9.21 save percentage is pretty darn nice, as well as 11 shutouts. That is a sweet pick, and that might be our best pick of this entire draft, unfortunately, but still a great second-round pick. So we always get 1 or 2 decent prospects out of a draft. Schofield wouldn't have been any better, so I'm honestly all right with what we picked. Hartman, having that power forward and that size and strength for playoffs especially is always huge. Next up, we're going to go with Murray Weeks. I'm hoping he's not actually a cyclone pinch. I'm hoping he's a shooting pinch, but he's defensive, right? So that's hard to tell. 3 years out, I get the feeling he's probably going to be a low top 4, unfortunately, but if he's low elite, I'm going to be over the moon. That's just going to be a great pick if he is, and yeah, I think that's our best option on the board right now. So Murray Weeks, welcome to the Highlanders, and he is a low elite. Let's go! That's actually an awesome pick, and at just 18 years old, 62 overall, Murray Weeks is honestly an awesome defenseman. Does he have a good shot? No, not really. But honestly, yeah, his shot is good in comparison to his puck skills and senses and stuff like that. But his skating and physical is up there too already for an 18-year-old. So he could definitely stand a chance of making our team in the future. Man, some of the prospects we just pulled in this second round could impact our team in the future for sure. So really, I couldn't ask for a better second round. We're going to move over to round 3 now. Where we've got pick number 83, and obviously we traded for it because we did not have a lot of picks here, but medium elite in Graham Davison. I'm going to go and look at him on St. Louis, because if he was a Canadian defenseman, I'm going to be kicking myself, because 60 rated at 18 years old with medium elite potential is honestly an awesome pick. So nobody else crazy went behind our picks by the looks of it. We got 2 of the best prospects out of that whole second round in Brebois and Weeks. But yeah, I'm going to go check out that St. Louis prospect for sure after, because he looks nice, and never know, we might end up actually trading for him or something. But next up, we're going with Dean Webster. Again, if he's low elite, I'm going to be super happy. If he's not, it's all right. He's probably a low top 6 forward, or maybe even low top 9, unfortunately. But, he's only got a 3-year ETA at 17 years old. I'm expecting at least a low top 6 two-way forward here. And he's big, right? 6'4", 205 at just 17, man. Yes, sign me up. I want Dean Webster. So, welcome to the team. He is low top 6, but, 63 overall at 17 years old is not terrible. And he, probably could stand a chance, because he's a two-way forward. He could stand a chance of making our bottom 6 by the time he's about 22 or 23. So, nice pick again there, and just a massive player in Dean Webster. it's funny because after our Brebois pick, the ratings have actually gone up from there, which is usually reverse to how the draft normally goes. Anyways, over to pick number 98 now. Obviously, yeah, that Davison guy was in there. Anybody else? Doesn't look like anybody crazy went. Like, yeah, Chubarov's okay. Yeah, not much really there in the third round, so that's too bad to see, but, you know, it's not like we're missing out on a lot either, right? So our next pick is going to be a goalie here by the name of Malik Beta, a Kelowna Rockets goalie, so we'll see how he turns out at 18 years old. I'm hoping he's a starter, but he might only be a fringe starter, unfortunately, so let's see what we got here in Malik Beta. And he is a, medium fringe starter, 48 overall only. There was another goalie in the draft that I can't remember what his name was now because I unpinned him, but might have been a better pick than Beta. I kind of had that sense going in, but I was like, no, we're going to take the higher rated goalie on the board in Beta, and that might have been a mistake. Our 6th round pick last year in McCarthy was actually a better goalie than Beta was here in the 4th round this year, so you hate to see that, but it happens. Yeah, Meach was the other guy, and he was higher rated. I forgot what his name was for a bit, but that was the other goalie, so yeah, we probably messed that pick up a little bit. Medvedov was nice. Tanaka was honestly a pretty decent player too. 66 overall, even though he is only, a medium top 9 forward. 66 overall is nice. And then Dylan Eaton is going to be our next option here at pick 133, or ranked 131. We're going to take him at pick 128. Again, because he's Canadian, that's the main reason why we take these guys. So how does Dylan Eaton turn out for us? He is we don't get to see it because we had the last pick around 4, of course. Low top 9 forward, but 55 overall isn't the worst. All right, and finally we have one last pick here. Oh, Faith was a low elite. That's too bad. Another low elite in Claxon, 70 rated fringe starter in Almquist. Wow, what is this 7th round, bro? Yoshida, we knew was going to be at least low elite because he had low franchise potential on our board. Halak was okay. This was a crazy good 7th round, my goodness. That's one of the things I like about winning the Cup is you get to see every single pick in the draft that went before you. So, yeah, honestly, I'm kind of impressed with how everything turned out here. Low elite in Nash. Did we trade our 5th rounder too? Yes, we did. And not as much here in round 5. Sorry, not round 6. Okay, look, medium top 6 in Mackey. But the one guy I want to focus on is Davison here. What's his name? Graham Davison, man. That sounds like it's almost Canadian, but I get the feeling he's going to be like Danish or something like that. Anyways, the last pick of the draft is going to be Maurice Talbot. Honestly, just a shot in the dark at this point. You could go with Vigier or somebody like that. No, we're going to take Talbot and hope he turns out, and he is a medium bottom 6. I didn't even catch the rest of it. I think he was 56 overall, but yeah, not a great pick to end it. So anyways, for draft, I'm happy with it. It's a good group that we got here, especially with Brebois, Weeks, and who else? Webster was decent as well, so I'm all right with that. All right, so we have to customize the jerseys here first thing because our mascot has got a number 1 on his back now after that fantastic season. Drag is going to be wearing number 1 now for the Halifax Highlanders, as we do have 1 cup under our belts. We're hoping he might be wearing up to number 15 by the end of this series, but that was an absolutely fantastic season that we just had. Anyways, that's all we're going to change for now, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, I'm happy that we were able to get such a great result from our season. Let's see. I don't think there's much to do in this re-sign phase apart from scouts, my goodness, as that's all we got here is just a whole bunch of scouting contracts. All right, so Fonstad seems to be the only player entering restricted free agency for our team right now. Anyways, let's check out expiring players, and Perfetti's going to be a big name we have to pay attention to as well. I can't believe how cheap some of these players have been, though. Like, honestly, we are doing so good right now. Bedard's going to be an expensive name for the future, unfortunately. So let's just go to all expiring here. Looks like just a whole bunch of... So for all of our expiring FAs here, we've got Landon McCallum's getting a contract. I'm hoping we can actually get him up into the system, possibly. Work Chartier, we're going to try a 3-year deal on. Again, we just want these guys more for depth than anything, really, and preferably more than one season, too, as the system's been doing absolutely fantastic so far in winning 2 Calder Cup championships. That's what we want to see from them for as long as possible here, really. And well, if we can just get all these guys re-signed, we honestly should be good. And yeah, I like what we got going here. Oasis Wiesblatt and Laurent Brassard here are not happening. Same with Rafalski. Those guys are just not good enough, unfortunately. Marc-Andre Fleury would like a contract extension. And you know what? I will definitely give it to him after the season he just had. So, yeah, you look position by position throughout this team. Somehow Byfield's become better than Lafreniere, which isn't making sense to me, but I'm totally okay with it. We got a great center group, like way too much depth, to be honest. Obviously, Perfetti moves over to a wing, but still. Left wingers look awesome. The right wingers actually look pretty good still, too, considering that we do toss centers over to the wing pretty often. Crazy good defensive group here as well. And, you know, I'm just hoping that eventually... Oh, see, that was the thing I was wondering, is Kenneth Harrison going to drop off? And he does, unfortunately. But that's okay, because we do have other players that can come in and potentially replace him. And then, you know, Weeks, we are going to... Actually, where was he just playing? He was playing in Vancouver. We're going to let him play another season there, as he's only 18. See what he can do. And then... Brebois, same thing, man. Let him play another year in junior, see if he'll rocket or skyrocket up in overall. And yeah, I'm just excited, man. I'm excited for what this team has to offer. So obviously we do have a few key players that are currently on like entry-level contracts and stuff, such as Bedard and Othman and who's the other player I'm thinking of? I can't remember his name right now. There's one other guy, Perfetti. Yeah, Perfetti's a big name. But yeah, our cap space is going to get a little tighter once those guys get their deals. But we'll obviously be trying to offer extensions here once we get past what's going on here in free agency and everything. I believe everybody just re-signed. So let's just go to all expiring one more time here, see what we got. So yeah, I'm not signing those guys. We are good to go. Let's hit free agency. This team's got that winning mentality, and they're probably going to crush it this upcoming year. I like where our players are, though. Like, we get a lot of depth guys that are going to jump up into the team pretty soon. They do need a little bit more time to grow, but that's all good with me, man. And we have a bit of cap space, too, so we might be able to sign a 1-year deal on a player here that is Canadian just to strengthen the team even more. Claude Giroux's available again. That's crazy. We don't need him, but the fact that he's there is insane. But he's a playmaker, and we don't really need that, to be honest. So obviously we do have a couple options for goalies that are cheaper than $4 million, but I just don't see why we need to go out and get them, to be honest. Like, we're good. We're good where we're at. Blackwood would be nice at $3.7 million, but I don't see a reason to. We just don't need to go out and get goalies. We're going to sim to the next season. So, guys, we have 97% of our tickets sold heading into the next season, which will be 2024-25, I believe. Yeah, this is going to be crazy here as we're going to try to start crushing some goals. We need 32 sellouts, win our regular season home opener, upgrade the concession. All right. Let's see the Lions. Interesting choice. Interesting. My God, how is he not a franchise player yet? What the fuck? I think we go like that. I think that is still our best option with the +3 boosts on both lines. I know Othman isn't the greatest fit, and I'm a little sad about that, unfortunately, but whatever. It could be a lot worse, and the team's still in nice shape for sure. Any chance we can toss Del Cole there, swap Ennis out as he's 34, and give Lawson Krause a chance to play? Beautiful. All right, and then the defense is sweet, as always. Brant Clark's honestly insane, man. I'm so happy with how this team looks. You literally could not build a better all-Canadian squad, in my opinion. Like, look at that, man. Holy, what a team. All right, what about in the minors? Because that is something I'm interested in. Oh, McCallum's there. Okay, and what is he? Carry, shoot, efficient, balanced. Isn't that like a perfect fit with our top line? Carry, shoot, efficient, balance is about as close as you can get. He could play third line too, though. That's the other thing, is that Landon McCallum is probably good enough to play third line on our team. Unfortunately, we can't have all playmakers there, so that's just not going to work. But if we go like this instead, Gunther gives it a +3. That's interesting. What about like that? No, that's all playmakers again. What about... Oh. Who's got the best face-offs there? 65, 60, 68. Benson's playing center. Dang, bro. That's a nice second line. Why is Wiesblatt and Chartier and guys like that not playing? Like, good question. I don't know. Ryder Korzak's a nice fit on that first line. Jesus. Can we toss Ozzy up here? We can, but it's not great. Okay, guys, so I am facing one problem with this team right now, which is Carson Lambos being considered a top 6 defenseman, but at the same time not exactly fitting or being high enough overall to fit in our team anywhere. So it's like, where do I put... Wow, okay, we're doing that. But no, it's like, where do I put him? Because I want to play him in the NHL. He needs NHL minutes to grow properly. But at the same time, he's not good enough to actually crack our NHL roster right now. Okay, Tristan Lennox is actually the better goalie here. But, yeah, hopefully he can learn from Fleury. Obviously, Fleury being 39 years old is a pretty sweet mentor to have there as a #1 overall pick and everything like that. You could try to go like that. Actually, let's do that. Let's give Lambos the top minutes. Hope that he improves, puts up more points than what was he scoring? I mean, 72 points is pretty good still. It's pretty good. Don't get me wrong there, but just unfortunately, you look at the differences here, and it's like he doesn't fit anywhere in our team right now, and I'm not benching him for the whole season. That's something we could go out and get, is just another top 6 defensemen to go and fit in our team somewhere. Whether that be, what's that, balance shoot? What does our system require? It's all balanced. Balanced, and then pinch and cycle's good for the top pairing, but at the same time, I almost want to play Brant Clark with Harrison O'Brien and then like either trade Jake Bean or do something like that, because the only way you get plus chemistry is by tossing guys like Harrison and Addison together on the top pairing, or you go like Bean there instead. And it's just, it doesn't make sense. So Harrison's going to be a sweet top 6 defenseman to have on this team. And obviously we don't lose any chemistry because they're offense and defensive. So, but the other thing our team does kind of need here is probably a defensive defenseman for the future. And I don't know exactly who that is right now. It's not Mercy. I think it's Malay is the guy that we want to go out and get eventually into this team. But bro, this team's in great shape. I cannot believe the line that we're rocking on line 2. Like, this second line is actually going to murk teams, because that's a 97 rated Quinton Byfield, who's actually considered the best player on our team at the moment, like nobody else. Yeah, we got a 92 Harrison O'Brien. We got a 90 rated Carter Hart. We got a 92 rated Barker and Lafreniere, but 94 overall Quinton Byfield is insane. And then he's playing with a 92 overall Cole Perfetti and a 92 overall Connor Bedard. That's scary. That is just straight up scary. And Bedard and Byfield can both shoot the puck, or they have 97 shot power, which is crazy. And like 3 year apart number 2 overall picks. I love how they pair together, honestly, because Byfield brings the side. Honestly, he's 5 stars across the board. Oh my God, he brings everything. He can literally do everything. 98 stick checking. Stick checking. 98 strength. Those are his best stats. Are stick checking and strength. That's huge on your second line center. And then you pair that with Bedard's shooting and his offensive awareness. Jesus. Just, jeez, what a team. Barker's skating could be a little better, but he's still a high elite. He's our captain. He's a guarantee for this team, and just an awesome player. You put him with Lafreniere, that brings a lot of speed and a lot of skill to this team. And then, you know, if Othman can actually start to shoot the puck a little more this season, how many shots did he take last season? He took 199 shots, okay. So if he can start shooting the puck a bit more, I think he's going to get himself a lot more than 27 goals playing with these other 2 players. And yeah, I know Bedard should be up on the top line. He really should be. But we're okay to slow his scoring pace down just a little bit. How are the special teams looking? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. What a team we have got on our hands here. This is sick. Honestly, I think we sub Harrison O'Brien out for like a Connor Bedard or somebody like that. Like, you want to have +3 preferably on here. We want Barker on the right. O'Brien's sick, but he doesn't fit all that well. Can we swap Harrison O'Brien out? I mean, I know he'll get power play numbers there, but could we toss like Brennan Othman on there instead? Ooh. See, the big +3s are huge on the power play. I kind of prefer if, you know, Rodriguez ain't exactly a offensive superstar. I feel like Duclair's more offensively minded, so if we can keep him there, go Bedard on that side for the shot, and then Stoll's lefty. Bro. Bro, this is a nice power play. Like, this has got to be one of the best in the league. And that's a trick you guys have to use, is that you have to have an offensive, just one offensive defenseman. That's all you need is good. And then as long as you have fairly offensively minded, like sniper, power forward playmaker, and then sniper, like that's good. That is good for your power play, man. It creates a lot of space, sets up a lot of guys. We're going to actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to put Othman there. We're going to put Perfetti. Actually, who's got better fit? 86 on Perfetti. 83 on Lafreniere. Okay, we're going to put Lafreniere on the point. Perfetti's going to run power play line number 1. And Byfield's going to line center he's going to run center number 2 on the power play. And hopefully this will get Othman set up enough for those one-timers that he's actually going to score goals. Yeah, power play unit 2 not looking as great there. So maybe we go like this again. Actually, no, Jake Bean has to be there. That's not spectacular. Like, I've seen better. What if we sub... Can we go Perfetti there? Okay, Perfetti there is good. Harrison O'Brien just doesn't fit, unfortunately, which I hate to do to him, but we kind of have to because we have other players that will give better chemistry boosts. And the chemistry is everything in this game. You guys know that already, so... This is a great penalty kill. My goodness. Like, this is really good. Can we swap one of these guys out to get +1 all around? No, we can't. What about... Okay, can we swap... Even though Byfield's 94 rated, can we swap him out for a center like... Rodriguez is a playmaker? I guess he is. All our centers are playmakers. What? How? You know what? Byfield's got 98 stick checking. He's staying on the penalty kill. And honestly, only -1 on the penalty kill is not even that bad. Oh. Why does that get worse? For no apparent reason. Whatever. Whatever. I like our group. I like what we got. This team is set, man. So let me just show you what I have set up for special teams real quick, guys, here. So we have +3 boost on the power play. Make sure that you use offensive defensemen. You only need one on each power play. Even if they don't fit the system all that well, they're going to just incredibly boost your team as far as offensive ability goes. Make sure, you know, again, they're on the 4-man power play because it'll give you chemistry. The PK is looking good for us. Byfield's got crazy stick checking, so we're leaving him on there even though it's a 0. And then 3-man PK, you know what, -1 isn't that bad when you look at the players we have in this group. We're going to be just fine and backed up by those goalies. This team is set up for some success, man. And I'm looking forward to what this team will be able to do in the future. So looks like the captains haven't really changed. Honestly, you could argue that Byfield probably deserves an A, but we just don't have an alternate captain to give right now, unfortunately. So, yeah, great team here, great system, great fit as well. The players are really meshing together well, and I'm excited for this team's future. So what do we have in the draft class here? We got another Canadian center in Guy or Paye, I think it's Paye, I don't know how you say it. Rod Trainer's a bit of an easier name. Philippe Guérin out of the Q. Yeah, we got some Canadians here. Not a ton, again, so really, I think we need to not focus on the draft so much and just hope that our team can put a whole bunch of wins together, maybe even win another President's Trophy, because that usually sets us up for some pretty good success. And yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this video. If you guys are enjoying this series so far, please make sure that you go down below into this corner right here. Click on that button if you're not subscribed already. Make sure you leave a like on the video. Feel free to leave comments because there's a good chance you get featured in this one of these videos here. And, you know, feel free to turn on notifications so you don't miss when I upload a video. But anyways, that's going to be it for me. This is Etanyos signing out, and see ya.